Well, good morning, Armory. First day truly being shelter at home, and thought this morning I'd take a nice walk to do my video. So I'm out and about trying to not get poison oak, which would be really unfortunate. And yeah, so I told you last night, if you were with us at our video conference, that we're going to be doing our Dwell series videos, which is simply just reading through the Gospel of Matthew. And this morning was chapter 17. And if you haven't read chapter 17, I just encourage you, pause the video and go read that first. Spend some time each day just reading through that section. It's going to take you a couple of minutes, and then think through it. What is it that strikes you? What is it that speaks to you, that kind of stands out about that passage? And for me, this morning, it was there's so much that happens in 17. It's the Transfiguration on the Mount, which is this incredible story where Jesus kind of shows himself to the three disciples, like in an epic, major way. And it's one of the things where Jacob Haynes and I, you might have even heard us say this, oftentimes we'll say, "It's good that we are here. Let us build 3 tents." And I don't remember what teaching that was that we heard that from, but we found it hilarious, and we say it all the time. When we say, like, it's good that we're here. Because Peter, he makes blunders every once in a while, and he says some silly things that I just find interesting. But anyway, the thing that really stood out to me, it wasn't just the story of the Transfiguration on the Mount. It was that Jesus multiple times now has told his disciples specifically, I'm going to die, right? The Son of Man is going to die, and then he'll be raised on the 3rd day. So he's not hiding that. That's not like a riddle that he's been, hinting at. He has, I don't even know how many times he's just said it flat out now. But it's been quite a few. And it says, when he says that, when he makes those statements, the disciples are distressed. And you can kind of understand why that'd be a distressing thing to hear. But I feel like we are in a state of distress right now, and we don't really know exactly what is going on, what we're going to do in the coming weeks, for all we know. And on that type of a scale, it's probably what we're facing is a lot less stressful than our teacher, our Lord, or master that we are putting everything into is telling us that he's going to die. But they had to trust him in that time, and we have to trust him in this time, in our current stressful situation. So that was one thing I really enjoyed from the reading this morning, was just Jesus's blatantly pointing out what he's about to do. The other thing that I always love about this passage is the story when he tells Peter to go catch a fish. And some of you might be familiar with that story, hopefully all of you, because you should have read it by now. But the story is really cool. He needs to pay a tax, a temple tax, and everybody pays this temple tax. But somebody at the temple was like, "Does your teacher not pay the temple tax, Peter?" And Peter goes to find Jesus. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure. He pays it. He'll pay it." And so he goes to find Jesus, and before he can even speak, Jesus just asks Peter a question, and he's like, "Hey, Peter, who pays taxes? Like, who does the king of the land get to pay the taxes? Does he have his sons pay it, or does he have others pay it? And Peter's like, others, obviously. He's not going to tax his own kids. They're exempt. And Jesus is like, yeah, well, the sons must be free. Like, the sons are free. But tell you what, Peter, so that we don't, offend anybody, let's make sure that we pay that tax, huh? And so he tells them, go catch a fish and open up the mouth of that fish, and you're going to find not just enough for me, but enough for me and for you to go pay that tax. What? It's just this weird, cool story in there. I love it because it's about fishing, which I would love to do. This is my house. That's my pond. I'm going to go fishing later. No, I'm not here. I don't have any fish in there. But yeah, so that's where we're at. It was in the reading, really cool stuff in chapter 17. I hope you take the time to read it and really spend time meditating on some of those stories and some of the lessons in there. We're going to continue to post these every day so that you have a little update and just a little encouragement to go spend some time reading your word. And yeah, I'm gonna go get my sprayer out and kill some poison oak because there's a lot of it out here. My goodness. Okay. All right, love you guys. Have a good rest of your day.